just gonna chill and talk then. Well, we'll just talk. I mean, I do radio, so I'm good at carrying conversation. You don't mind if you appear on camera on here or anything like that?
Yeah, go for it.
So this is, go introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Jay Nagy, local nobody.
Seem like you're going to be somebody, I can already tell, yeah.
I've been kicking around the idea of running for Congress. I've been down here coming up on nearly 7 years. Nothing ever changes. Who's in power?
It's crazy even meeting folks like you know, because they're all so, like, brainwashed already. Have you noticed that? Like, by the system, it just seems to me most people are not very, not outspoken about it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, it's rare meeting someone like you that actually understands it and, you know, has that point of view. And to me, that's like the whole, like, American human spirit. So it's like, where did that go, pretty much, if that makes sense?
Yeah, dude, most people I say that to, they just laugh at me and they're like,
that's what I'm saying.
You're not in the club, dude. You're not going to make it.
That's what they said. You don't want to be in the club. That's what I do. I speak, you can look at this tattoo. It's, I got, I wouldn't zoom in on my pants right now. They're all ripped up. I'm poor. We're poor, folks. We're poor. I mean, it's just reality. I mean, that's my thing. Like, I'm gonna struggle to survive and do what I need to do. I have an aunt, man, and she's super evil. Her name's Carly Fiorina, and she was the CEO of Hewlett Packard. My dad even called her like the Wicked Witch of the West. She looked just like her. But yeah, I'm the black sheep. I was the one who wasn't. I was supposed to be the sacrifice, literally. I basically teach. I've done radio against Illuminati, Freemasonry for about 20 years almost, or not 20, but I'd say about over 10, easy, over a decade. I'd say almost 15 probably, or something crazy like that. And I'm 36 right now. And I was doing radio pretty early, at least in my 20s. So it's been, what, at least 16 years? What did you ask me?
You've been in South Texas this whole time?
No, I've lived all over the U.S. I've actually got a whole story. I've been everywhere. I've been around. I got a lot of life experience. How old did you say you are?
I'm 29.
Okay, yeah, I'm 36. So what's that, about 7 years on you? Yeah. But it's not so much time, you know, it's just the way we live. You ever heard like people are vibrational beings?
Yeah.
You ever heard that? That's a real thing. Like, and I try to tell people, I'm like, I live in a vibrational love and it moves a lot quicker. It literally, it's to the point that you'll live faster than other people. Does that make any sense? So you're getting so much more done that you're literally living more. That's really, truly how I feel. Like, it can be the same time span, but because you're moving quick, does that make sense? You're gathering more like life, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I have a ton of experiences, a lot of them very rough and bad, but they all taught me things. So I've been in a lot of bad areas, a lot of different rough environments. I've seen a lot, done a lot. I just think that's what life is about, learning and then using that knowledge. I'll trade money for knowledge any day. I think knowledge is what will take you places, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like with what you're doing, like if you're going to run with the campaign thing, right? And like whoever you come up against on a podium when you speak publicly, you're going to want to have an edge on them. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to want to know how to talk. So that's why God just didn't let go of me, man. God just really, you know, brought me through everything. He carried me, brought me. I mean, I've been through things people couldn't even imagine, being honest with you. And that's why I just try to get up and keep pushing. You know, I told them, I said, I prayed for help. This man just gave me like $100, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I told God, I said, I need like $100. Like, no kidding. He had one. This is how crazy. I just want people to hear like a real testimony. Like, cause I'm not fake. Like I'm really one of the real. I'm different. You know what I mean? Like, cause you hear preachers and pastors, they'll talk, but they're not living it. Does that make sense? So I got a Cash App one day around that time. It was like $100. So then he sent me another one like the other month, like 75. Now he sent you and you give me that. How can people say, do you get what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sitting here with nothing, bro. I'm struggling. I mean, I've got nothing right now. I mean, like I've done well in life. I kind of own stuff, but everything's falling apart. You know, my whole life feels like it's falling apart right now, and I'm embracing it because God speaks to me, and He told me, He said, it all has to fall apart for you to get the new. You know what I mean? For me to be able to bless you, it has to just, you know, it has to fall apart. And I think that that's the biggest issue with folks is that they don't want to go through the rough parts, especially like, you know what narcissism is, right?
Yeah.
So narcissism's like running rampant in society. So long story short, they want to get the rewards. They want the power of a king. They don't want to work. With what you're saying, like everything you're talking about, what you're going to be doing, like the way you win is like just outworking them on the. That's the whole deal. People just got to wake up, man. They don't want to put the work in that it takes to become something. You feel what I'm saying? And without the work, I mean, how are you going to win? Like, I'm just saying this because, like me, I'm a fighter. So, like, I box. Like, I could do MMA, UFC, and probably win against anyone if I really want. I'm a tough dude, but people underestimate me because I'm thin and I look, kind of Justin Bieber-esque. I don't look I don't look like something that people would fear necessarily until I get going. But my point is just saying it's the same concept within the boxing. Like I know that they're going to cheat. I know that they're going to rig it. If I join a league, I'm not going to be completely discouraged from doing that just because of that, because I know they're going to be unfair. But that's the thing. If you just become so good at whatever you do, if it's, what office position are you running for or wanting to?
This would be
Congress. That's great. That's awesome, dude. No, you could do it. I could tell within 2 seconds of talking to you, you could do it, but it's just like you said, what the thing they're going to tell you is they're going to feed you the same nonsense and they're going to try to pull you. I can tell you ahead of time already, they're going to try to pull you into the same deal, which is are you a Mason?
A Freemason?
It's fine if you are.
I'm not a Freemason.
Okay. So a lot of people are Freemasons. I think that Freemasons is what basically governs all that. I mean, I'm sure I had some of my family. I'm sure Carly is one. And I think that I was supposed to be the sacrifice. So the way Masonry works is they want to clean it up and make it sound cute, but they have to make sacrifices. And you know exactly what I'm saying. And it has to be folks that are close to them. So if you study families from the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers down, you know about them a little bit, right? So they were chosen by the devil to start this evil empire, which trickles into the oil and gas. What do we go to what for in Afghanistan and Iraq? We don't go there because they did something. We go there because they want lithium. Lithium companies are the new future. That's why they keep invading and doing these things. And this state especially in the United States period has created and manifested this, because like you go up, you ever been to like Mesquite, Texas?
No.
I used to do petitions up there for alcohol at the store, and people would tell me all sorts of crazy stuff, and I'd talk back. Mesquite is like the Bible Belt, okay? Gated communities. So they build the gated communities, and then what they do is they brainwash, and teach you to fear the hood, the ghetto, any place that you might learn something. If you take the risk, how are you going to get the reward? Does that make sense? It's like I come out here, I sit on camera, I'll show you my channel. I set like 89 world records already in like a matter of a few months. I lift my whole body up on these bars and I raise it. I did it yesterday, like Superman. And I'm saying I would have never gotten to that point had I not basically been broken. Does that make sense? So, I mean, what happened to me literally was I was taking a creatine HCl. These people were stalking me online that I think was sent by the government. I think I got targeted by the military industrial complex. And I'm sure you won't think I'm crazy, but people will when I'm talking. Everything I'm telling you is a fact. I got a government pathogen for the rest of my life. It's incurable and untraceable because I was targeted by the military industrial complex. So they tried to silence me early. They didn't want me here or talk. He didn't want me here at all. They wanted, it was clear what they were trying to do. They used that stuff in those other countries to disable like veterans and stuff like that. Like vets come back and they can't move and stuff. So I had to fight that. I woke up. I had 104-degree plus fever in a hotel room. I beat that. I couldn't breathe. My whole chest was taken over by something. I had like crystalline. It's a crystalline thing. And like I studied it, it's called a Brucella mycoplasma. They combine a Visna virus with some other thing in a lab. And all these diseases, mind you, were man-made. So they're lying to you, telling you, oh, this and that, right? So I got through that and I couldn't even breathe and I had to go running and I literally worked it out my system. Like I worked it out. I had a lump in my throat, behind my throat, and was, what. Like I'm a walking miracle. And then on top of that, like I said, these people called Seton Hospital. I'm speaking publicly, mind you, and I work out. So I'm taking a creatine. The creatine is HCl. You know what that translates to, right? Exactly. So if you take that and like these people aren't evil, I'm going to show you how evil they are. they're not evil, mind you, and these people are still online yapping, running their mouth, and they think they're not going to go to prison with life sentences. These people heard me talk about the creatine I was taking publicly. It's chronologically proven because YouTube has the videos whether they flag the channel down or not. I go to the hospital, Seton Hospital, which is, I don't know if it was the same branch, but I was born in Seton. So this is like sad. It's tragic. The hospital I was born in. So they give me an acid-based antibiotic for the first time ever. They've never done this. Super aggressive. Give me an acid-based antibiotic. And then they didn't even stop there. Then they gave me a whole thing of aspirins, which we know what aspirins cause, like ibuprofen. You know what they cause in your stomach, right? Like they're called ulcers.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm saying is, I don't have just an ulcer. These people literally took an acid-based antibiotic. And if I tell a doctor this, they will sit there and argue, oh, your stomach is so acidic that it won't matter. It won't. Okay, if you combine two acids, you don't think that can burn through steel? So imagine doing that within me. That's what they did to me. So I feel it every day. It's about right here, runs up all through here. It burnt straight through, and I survived it and literally like resurrected in front of everyone. So like whether people want to believe me or not is whatever, because they tests don't show nothing because the tests aren't made like you. They've done CAT scans. It's not CAT scans not designed for that anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I think that they did it on purpose. I know they did, but I think they did it specifically. Everything they did was to make it where it wasn't obvious to the public. Does that make sense? So they've been trying to get me up out of here for a long time, just like they did Tupac, just like they did all these different people. Like I rap too. I made music.
Are you a Christian?
Now, yeah, I'd pretty much say Catholic Christian. I don't have a denomination really. I just am all about God. He told me I'm immortal, and I put it to the test every day now. I truly believe it. I think I'm immortal because to survive that, I mean, what else would I be? And that's not the only thing. I ran into a truck and survived that, knocked out my fronts on impact. Yeah, I mean, like I was really, and I didn't go unconscious. I stayed conscious and willed myself through it. Like, that's not normal, bro. People, I'm talking like full, like football, like faster than that. I'm talking flying and just full speed right in the truck, and then back of my head on the pavement too, and still got up. And my adrenaline was pumping. I felt liquid rush through my whole body, and I told them, I need to sit down. And I just knew if I passed out, I knew that was pretty much it. Probably I was up out of here. I stayed conscious, man. I pulled myself through it. It felt like that scene in Get Rich or Die Trying with 50 Cent.
Yeah,
it's exactly how it felt.
The Brownsville Batman persona. What's behind that?
So you know about it, yeah. Did you
Like,
know when you talked to me, or like have you just heard? You got to tell me first because I don't know what people say or what. I'm so isolated. It's just like the movie. I don't know
every
anything
now
going
and
on.
again we see
I barely talk to anyone.
we see a couple of photos of like spottings of him. I always thought it was
That's cool.
Like I love the
Yeah,
movies.
I mean that's part of why I do it. It gets people involved and interact. I knew it'd be kind of like a Where's Waldo thing, and people would have fun. Puts a smile on people's face. The kids love it. So I mean, yeah, that's definitely my motivation for it. I like, just making people happy without trying. It's just kind of my nature, making them laugh. The randomness I knew was going to be funny too, because I used to just pull up on the scooter next to vehicles and stuff, and you just see Batman in a full costume going on the scooter full speed. So yeah, I mean, I have a sense of humor too, but I mean, it just, I knew I was doing the real thing the whole time. I had to reteach myself how to walk. Back in the day, I had to reteach myself how to talk, but this time I had to reteach myself how to walk. I could talk, but I could barely walk. And when that thing happened, and then that's what really like propelled me after that. I started coming out in the whole. I started with the costume and a motorcycle jacket, and I come outside, and then like I got enemies. So I got enemies talking crazy to me, saying what they're gonna do, and that was my whole stand, like still getting up. Because I mean, the truth was, had they come for me at that time, it would have been bad, bro, because I just had like the worst concussion imaginable. I could barely even think or walk, and that was their opportunity, and they still didn't even have the heart to try anything then because they knew like I'm going to get down. I'm not going to just sit there and came outside and started the Batman thing. That I went from the costume to I went to a bulletproof vest, then I went to 18 gauge steel armor. So I got that's 18 gauge steel armor. Yeah, pretty may not get. They could say it could, but that's about as close as you're going to get. And, being simple, if you want, you can show it on there. But that's about as close as you're going to get to, what as a start out point and keeping it simple, keeping it basic. That's about as good as you're going to get right now, and it's heavy too, you know. So I'm training with it, and I walk with it and run with it as much as possible because nobody else probably would, to be honest. It's very uncomfortable and it's hard, and sometimes it gets too tight, and that's even worse because you can't breathe, you know. But I love it. I think it's perfect for right now, and then I don't know, man. I just, like I said, I just try to do God's will and keep moving forward. That's the thing. I don't worry about what people think. I don't worry about the middle ground stuff. I listen to God, man, literally, and I just do what He tells me. I don't know. I believe in God's plan, man. God really talks to me, man. He tells me what's going to happen, and you know, I don't hear voices, nothing like that. But He sends messages, downloads. He uses the internet, which is funny, but He actually does. And I get all these tarot readings and people speaking, and it's kind of like you pulling up today. He uses people to talk to me and tell me to keep going, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
So before we wrap, you think this meeting was not a coincidence? You think we were
Nah,
meant
that's what. Tell them what I told you. That's what I was. What did I tell you when you pulled over? Do you remember?
I do not.
Well, I was just telling you, like, yeah, you're in front of me for a reason. Like, I believe in God. He sent you today for a very clear, obvious reason. So yeah, I know that we definitely need to talk, especially about the political thing, because I need to have people around me that think like me and think like the way that you do, because that's all this is about, is making a change. I just do it in a little bit different light, you know. I mean, that's basically what I was like an independent politician. I used to have a whole ton of money, man. Hold on.
Yeah, you're good.
Like, I used to be pretty rich, so that's what I exemplify. I got set up and targeted for making too much money. I had nicer cars than everyone else, buying cars, like going to the grocery store, and like, this is what happens. When real people make real money, you don't get a TV show. You don't get rewarded. You don't get a trophy. You get targeted, and they try to come for everything. And that's what happened to me. And I was targeted by a corrupt cop. And that's a lot of what started me with what I'm doing, because I had no choice but to stand up for myself. I didn't have a choice. I didn't have the luxury that other people have to say, oh, I'm going to dismiss the issues and not care. And if you notice, that's the main thing in like the American public or consensus, is if it's not happening to them, they don't care, bro. You feel me? Because like, it's not them. Until it's to them, they ain't gonna worry about it. If you want to say something, I'm listening.
Oh, you're good, man.
We can keep going. I got more stuff.
I'm glad we met. I'm sure this won't be the last time we meet, and we'll probably.
Now, yeah, we're gonna have to talk and stay in touch. I mean, that's the thing. That's what we should have. Like, if you notice, like all these old people, I'm sorry, but like all the old, you know what's like, they don't want to see anybody that's young make it. They don't. If you notice, like, they can't stand us. They don't want anyone who actually went to school and has a creative mind. Everything is indoctrination. It's about your degree and this and that. I mean, I was a college dropout turned multimillionaire, bro. I mean, I'm probably smarter than maybe anyone in the university. And look at what I do for a living. And look, I'm struggling. Like, you know, and everybody struggles. But if you look at today's like environment, the new generation, which is still technically you and I, but I'm just a little more old school, and you kind of sound like you're thinking differently too. All millennials aren't bad. You know what I mean? I'll joke around on here, but I'm just saying that generation, it's a lot of entitlement, you know, with some people, not with everybody, but with some folks. And the companies are actually issuing policies. I don't know if people are aware of this, but they're issuing policies that they won't hire you because you're entitled. People don't know this. So you're going to college, you're getting a degree, and it's a pointless piece of paper is what I always knew. It means nothing. So somebody could say, well, I went to Harvard. I mean, that's fine. I mean, you go to Pluto if you want. I don't really care, because the fact is, while they were going to Harvard, I had millions of dollars. I was me, so I wasn't backing down to folks. So I live a lot differently. Like, I truly believe in who I am, and I believe in God. So I had a lot of beef, to be honest. Like, especially when I had money, I had nonstop beef with people, and I was actually like getting active, and I wasn't backing down to anyone. That's just how I live my life. That's how my dad raised me. But my point is, for regular people, I mean, they act like money is like they ticket. You get what I'm saying? It's like they safety harness. Like, they act like it's they what do they call it? Like a life vest. When they act like that's what money is. Like, money. Oh, like, I have a seat at this table. I'm entitled to a seat at this table because I have money. People think that the formula for success and survival is money. He gave me like $100, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I told God, I said, I need like $100. Like, no kidding. Stability doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And this is the things that's why I talk about it. And it's the same thing that it's a real component because like you got people like 50 Cent. Like 50 Cent is a Freemason, right? So people don't know that 50 Cent is actually a federal informant. He's a snitch. A lot of the rappers, I mean, really all of them are snitches. They take plea deals, plea bargains, they snitch. But they'll rap about the same things on their track. You notice what they rap about on their track. What do they talk about? You could say it if you want. Like I try to watch my language on here, but what do rappers promote? What if 50 Cent can't go a line without talking about what?
A lot of killing, sex, drugs.
What do they use to do it? What did they use for Columbine?
Like a gun?
Yeah. So it has everything to do with that because that's a government ordered plan, like a sanction, and rappers get paid to promote gun violence.
Mm-hmm.
The reason being, they want that. They want us to destroy each other. That's why they put Joe Budden talked about it back on tracks back in the day. I know a lot about music. He said there's a liquor store and a gun store on every corner. They want us to destroy each other. The whole plan was that we were born in this evil devil's den. You'll have this eye everywhere. I have this on me because it's my enemy, not because it's something I have allegiance to, right, but because it's my enemy. Mm-hmm. So that's the eye of Set, Seti, Horus, technically Satan, but sometimes they refer to him as God or the sun god. That's why the sun is in it. You got the sun, you got the Nile River. It's all about Egypt, Africa, right? But that eye, if you ever pay attention, you'll notice that we're in a prison. I mean, I can prove it to you in 5 seconds, but people who aren't awoken, they don't understand it. So basically, how'd I put it? The prison is obvious because you've never seen this eye?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so see, I just woke you up to something that's going to change your entire perspective on reality, life, everything, and you know, all I hope all it can do is help you if you pay attention because like Kobe Bryant commercials right before the thing happened with the helicopter, they had this eye in it. It's the eye of the devil, basically, is the way I think it. It's their symbol from what I've studied and know, and the reason I got it tattooed on me is because I was inspired by William Bill Cooper. Have you ever heard of him?
I know Bill Cooper.
Yeah. Okay, he used to inspire me to do radio. He was a real American. He dressed and talked and acted just like my father. So he inspired me to do radio, and that's what I started doing. You remember how he went out, right? And how much of a gangster he was?
No.
Well, we won't talk about it, but he was a thug. He was a real American, and he wasn't playing. And what he did was super gangster, much more gangster than these dudes in the hood that think they're thugged out. And my point is just that he stood for a cause. And if you noticed around the Kobe Bryant commercial times, they had this eye everywhere. It means that you sold your soul. It means that they know who their pawns and puppets are. What the devil does is he uses this like a play, and he dangles his puppets on their puppet strings, and he creates this mass deception. You've probably heard that terminology before, right? Mm-hmm. So he creates the mass deception for people to believe in a lie, because the devil is the king of all lies. The greatest lie that the devil ever told was that he didn't exist. The devil completely exists. That's why they make this music with people like Rick Ross, who sold their soul. He was a CEO informant, another snitch, backed by the feds. This is how I knew the feds were corrupt before anyone. I mean, I've made tons of predictions. They've all been true. I'm the guy I'm the one, no one else. I'm the one who talked about everything. They have Kanye West repeating my quotes. I just told you that love and fear are vibrations, or I was talking about vibration. They had him repeat my words identical. I taught this stuff for years before he ever said that. Like the Masons copy my moves. It's insane. Like I'm the only man I've ever heard teach love and fear are vibration. We're vibrational beings. That means love is the quickest vibration. It's like this, like, and that's why I'm able to do this workout stuff, because I have that vibration. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. But if you get somebody with a narcissist with a slow vibration, you'll never be able to do this stuff, because your vibration is like super slow. And those are usually the miserable, envious, jealous, nasty, disgusting people that commit these crimes. Most of them end up in prison. I'm gonna keep it real with you, for the worst crime known to man. You can guess what that is. You don't have to say it. Well, starts with an M.
Murder?
Yeah. That's what narcs go to prison for generally, because they can't hold it together. I already figured it out.
You got one message left to say before I kill this.
Cool. Can I just finish that thought real quick so they know? I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah. What was his name? Tyler, is that his name? Something like that?
Or I don't remember anymore. But Tyler, I think, was his first name.
Something like that. The point is just that I'm blanking out because I got so many thoughts running through my mind. But forgot. What the hell was I saying? I totally forgot. Blanked out. We were talking about what? Oh,
Vibrations,
yeah, but it was specifically about the
the
guy.
worst crime is murder.
Oh, Columbine. They got the things that they used from the military. They were all military grade. You can't get them anywhere else but the military.
Or
And this
even, man, what was his name in Vegas, man? That big mass shooting from the Mandalay Bay. Like,
and this
how
is
did he
what
get all those guns up
exactly,
there?
and that's what really like irks me is that people can't wake up and see. We're being targeted by our own military, and it's an inside job. And to sit here and continue to ignore the issue is just going to be detrimental. I mean, it's the military-industrial complex all the way, and it's going to come to the point that we live in a country where we have maniacal psychopaths. So this is happening on a mass scale. I mean, Beanie Siegel doesn't have a lung anymore because of Jay-Z. These are actual facts. I know everything because like I'm actually living it. Like I told you, like I've been all over the country. I've been in the streets everywhere, so I understand what's actually going on at a street level where other people don't. So what I did is I said, you know what, I'm going to do this, and I always tell them on here. I say we operate above the feds. They can think I'm joking all they want, but I really do. And I'm who can protect people from the feds because the feds are corrupt as hell, straight up, and they soft. They pay other people to do their dirty work. Like you should check out what happened to Drake's homeboy, like Drake's friend. What these people do is they sign and you know what, and they sign documents and actual contracts for their soul. And I'm telling you, they have to sacrifice someone. If you go to YouTube and type what happened to Drake's friend and watch the video, it was a straight up active hit. I've had hits put on me and survived. I came up against the cartel and I shut down their illegal operations by myself because I happened to be in the right place at the right time. That's a small world, real thing that happened. So what happened with Drake's friend was a targeted hit. Targeted hit. So how can people act oblivious when you can connect the dots? So the feds came in, said we're going to use him as a puppet. Then we have Rick Ross, who's the CEO informant behind the scenes pulling the strings. He's going to work for us and he's going to do what we tell him. Does that make sense? And then all of a sudden, Maserati Fox ends up, you know what, and we lose another rapper. If you ask anyone, say they're going to tell you, the real people are going to tell you, we know who did it to Tupac and Biggie, the Fed. And nobody, Little C's is soft and the Outlaws were soft and they didn't do anything about it. That's the actual truth. That's the difference between me and everyone else. And that's why I'm in this position, because I'm one of the only ones who stood up to not only the corrupt system down here, I stand up to this corrupt courtroom every day and call them out. I didn't stand up to just them. I stood up to the entire government and all of Illuminati. I literally defeated the Masons at this point. I defeated a male and female witches coven this whole time doing this. And I got witches doing witchcraft on me 24 hours a day, but they now are stopping because they know their spells don't work on me. I'm for real. I'm living this. So that's what I'm saying. People look at what's in front of them. They look at the world. It's like right now, like I said, you see me, I got ripped up jeans. I got nothing. You know what I mean? I'm struggling. People may look at that. They may talk down and be like, he ain't nothing, blah, blah, blah. But they don't understand. I'm at war. I'm in the middle of the only real war that ever existed between good and evil. It's in this country. It's not in Afghanistan and Iraq. Does that make sense? The people who sign up to the military to go over there, the greatest power you can have in the CIA, this is a direct quote, is sending young men like you and I off to die in conflicts and wars that don't even profit us. I've been homeless with vets out in Tarpon Springs, Florida, where the cops were targeting us, but me, they were scared of. The other white boy, they were, you know what, like going ham on him. Okay, but me, they didn't want to mess with me because I'm just scary, I guess, or they could tell I'm not going to play with them. And literally, that's the state of affairs in our country, bro. He was a vet. He had COPD. I remember him. He was my friend. We would hang out, and he had a beard and stuff. He was a little guy, and like he would tell, like you could tell how different it is between when you meet a real American that talks the way I talk, freely, free of spirit, has like, you know, prowess and courage, and when you talk to, you know, regular civilians now. I mean, you go to any college campus now, bro, it's like there's no human spirit whatsoever. It's been like this the past 5-10 years. Are you in college?
No, I graduated 2017.
Okay, I don't remember when I left because I just dropped out.
Probably horrible now. I can't even imagine.
That's what I'm saying. I remember back then too. That's when I went, like around that time, I think somewhere when I was a little younger. I don't know about exactly that age, but at some point, probably 2020 something. So, I mean, yeah, I will walk over there, bro. I'm thinking this is college. We're going to have parties and they're going to be frat parties and sorority. I mean, I understand down here it's a little kind of low level. You know, you're in Brownsville, but I thought it would be better than what it was, you know, and even colleges I went to, like, here, hold it.
Hold on, I'm gonna cut this though.
Mhm.
If you just want to say goodbye quick, or one last thought for the feed.
Yeah. But like I said, I went to college in North Carolina. I went to a couple of different campuses. I've been on different campuses, but yeah, I just noticed that like all the students, I just noticed that human behavior, it went from being free to like the name for YouTube, Batman the Alchemist.
So,
Yeah, yeah. But you know what I mean? Like it went from freedom and happiness and human spirit and prosperity and building together, like what you're trying to do, and then it went to complete misery and humans subjugating each other and trying to hold each other back. That's the only thing I can't say about people. Like if I meet people and I see like aliens, does that make sense? I mean, imagine us looking at aliens, and if aliens start, warring with each other, I mean, aren't we going to be like, well, they're pretty stupid, So why do you think they look at us?
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I just noticed it's becoming, they teach folks to be like this where everybody just has their own selfish agenda. That's why you get all these marriages and relationships of convenience and nonsense and a bunch of arguing and bickering. People practically get married now just so they can sign a contract so they can take half of what you own. They tried to do it to me over here, and I proved that they were lying because they were corrupt, and my ex was working with corrupt cops.
Yeah.
I caught them red-handed, and they still don't understand I'm filing lawsuits, probably on both departments, whether they like it or not. I mean, we can all act like we're cool, but are we really? I mean, I went through hell. I mean, it may be different people now. We're it's a different generation now, but that's the thing. I had to come back and remember everything that they did, everything I went through. I mean, I had my car broken into. They took my Porsche for a joyride, left a Subway sandwich in it, stole all my jackets. Yeah, stole all my jewelry, stole my titles to my car, stole my keys to my cars. Cost me a whole engine in my 300 on like 22-inch rims. That's $8,500 down the tube. Then they put a pink slip on every vehicle I had. I pay $110 for every tow. I had already paid thousands of dollars to create the car lot. I pay for a car lot $100 every month. That stuff adds up, bro. I've been paying this thing for years. You feel what I'm saying? Like when they could have just let me be and chilled out, but because people have corrupt lawyers in Cameron County Courthouse down here, and they jealous of me because I was better than them in high school at basketball and stuff like that, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Petty stuff. So because of that, I'm supposed to keep suffering. I'm supposed to lose everything. I mean, that's all it's ever been. All this stuff came from jealousy. Just folks that was, oh, I see him. Oh, he's shining. He look good. Whatever. He's got money. I'm jealous. And then I had to go through tons of suffering and tragedy. So half the reason I do this is to show people if I can make it and I can bounce back from everything that I've been through, anyone can. Anyone. There's no excuse. I mean, literally, there's none. I mean, if I can do it, then anyone can. And I know other people have said that, but like I really feel like I'm a living. I don't feel. I know I'm living proof that God is real, and you can do it with God. It can be done. Literally. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe. Nobody could ever shake my faith or my ever make me doubt that.
So
You know
would you say you're like happy? You're like your life
I'm
is
happy every day, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. People talk about life, that's what these people do on here. They have miserable lives, so that's what they had people. They had people up here. They was paying off people that work at the corner store, and they paid the dude. He was acting like he was my boss. They paid him to fake fire me. I'm like, I don't work for you. I'm here helping you, basically. Like, I literally told him to his face. I'm like, bro, I do YouTube for a living. Like, I don't care about what you're talking about. But my point was, like, he got G-checked, son, basically. He basically got ran out the neighborhood. He lost both jobs, and he got his karma. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it works. And these people don't understand universal laws of karma. But yeah, he said that. He said in front of me, he said, "Your life sucks." And I'm like, you don't ever talk to somebody like that, much less someone like me. You just don't do that. So I let him know what it was, and it had to be addressed. He backed down. He was scared, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? And I handled it the right way because I'm smart. But like that's just something I would never let somebody say to me. It's not, you don't do, that's a line of respect that you just don't. I would never say that to someone, even if I couldn't stand them. I'm not going to say anything about your life because I'm gonna know that that's going to come back to me, and that's not even why, because it's just not the right thing to do.
We set the wayback controls and were immediately teleported back through time and space.
And those are usually the miserable, envious, jealous, nasty, disgusting people. You know what I'm saying? And if he felt that way, does my life suck now? Because he lost both jobs and I'm running a business. You just gave me $100 and I'm talking to people and helping people. Asking you, does it look like my life sucks, or does it look like I don't pay attention to the circumstances that other people pay attention to? Because I know I'm good regardless. Does that make sense? I'm moving with
a
God.
lot more free than most.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm doing what I love to do. I'm making money working out, training, teaching digital fitness, and speaking publicly and educating people and helping people. I'm putting a smile on kids' faces. They coming up, Batman. They love it. I mean, so my life sucks. I think it's the opposite. I think if you ever have to say that to someone, I think your life sucks. And that's the whole point of it is I proved it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to talk to no. I'm not going to play. I'm going to prove my point. I don't want your life to suck. I tried to help him. I was nothing but nice to him. You feel what I'm saying? Some people are just evil and hateful and spiteful, and it is what they is. And I'm sorry, but normally in this world, they get what they deserve, bro. Straight up. And that's justice and that's the way of the world. And a lot of people have a problem with that now. Now it's, oh, we enable behaviors. And if people act a certain way, oh, it's cool. You know what I mean? It's cool to destroy an innocent person like me's life. That was cool. I mean, like that's the thing. Do you know what I'm saying? They didn't expect me to stand up as a man and say, I'm gonna go G-check and address them to their face and back them down. I'm gonna let them know who they're talking to. Like my whole ancestors were outlaws. I don't ever have to act tough. I try to be super nice with people, respectful. The worst people, like the strongest, scariest people, are the ones who are lonely a lot and like just lonely and alone. You know what I'm saying? And have a lot of time to something quiet. And I'm one of those. Like I know what I am. I'm the worst kind. So that's what I'm saying. The ones who are really about that and come from that walk of life, we try to work on being the best person we can be every day. You know what I'm saying? And you know why? Because we know if we ever get to that point, we already know what it's going to be because we've already probably done it a million times. You know, I've turned up on a lot of folks. So it's like my deal is that to me is what life is about. And what this has really taught me, and I'm going to keep it real with you, what this has really taught me, one of the most important lessons is how to be patient and how to not take personally what people say to me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And that's so powerful, and people don't understand that because you can't be a public speaker and take offense to every little thing. Does that make sense? Like with what you're doing, you're going to want to have a thick skin. You can't be on the TV or in YouTube if you're not a Mason. It ain't going to happen. They might let you make it on there one time in the background. You ain't getting on no TV or none of that if you ain't a Mason. Does that make sense? And what I believe is that the Masons are Satanists, and I study it. But they're called the Bavarian Masons. You can look it up. You can trace it back to history. They're satanic. They're demonic. And what's crazy is if you look at Batman Returns, he uses the name. I use it, and they're so proud of it, right? The red triangles are proud of their name because Batman in The Dark Knight Returns uses the name to describe them, which to me says the Masons. Do you remember the Batman Returns?
It's been a minute.
But you've seen it once? Okay, you remember the opening scene when they come out the gift, the rap gift, and he says, and what's the guy's name? Shrek, Max Shrek. Max Shrek is talking on the podium. He's the rich guy in the movie, the snob, like narc. So Max Shrek is on the podium talking, and they say, "Oh, nice gift." He says, "It's not mine." And the gift opens, and all the psycho clowns come out, and they start going at everybody, like, and they've got skeleton masks and stuff. That's the people I'm coming up against. People don't understand they're a real thing. So I got families walking their daughter up to me, bro, talking about she just wants to say hi and thank you. We want to thank you for protecting us. Like people know that what's happening is real. So I'm opening people's eyes to things they didn't even see were there. Like I'm defending people from powers that be that they didn't even know existed. Does that make sense? Because these people are doing acts of domestic you know what. That's exactly what they are. The same ones that are in you know what. And that guy Nenti Yahana or whatever the hell his name is. I don't know if there's some company that's working with him. I can wrap it up right now if you'd like. But I took an oath, man, to defend this country from any enemy, foreign or domestic. That's why they made that oath. I didn't really take that oath, but I'll take it now. Does that make sense? I ain't never liked the military or the government anyway. They tried to take me out my entire life. You think I'm not ready to go? I can't stand it. So, I mean, I'm going to stand my ground. He can do what he wants, but he ain't going to send no National Guard or military out here. He can. I'm going to address him. I'm on the street every day. I don't care who it is. I'm not afraid of no one. I got God with me, for real. That's the difference. They could have everything in the book they think with them. It ain't going to touch me because I got God with me. They're terrified. That's the truth. And, like, you need people like me. Sound like Scarface. You need people like me so you can point your fingers. I always say that, but my point is you really need people like me because if you don't have someone who's willing to whatever, put myself on the line, lose everything, and when people say anything negative, I'm willing to pay any cost and price to protect people and to serve the interest of good. I'm willing to step up all day, and it's crazy because now I'm doing it in a bat suit though. You know what I mean? So there ain't too much they can really do to me, like for real. Like that's the truth. Like, and I'm strong as hell because I know God is going to get me through whatever. He told me I'm immortal, bro. So what would I have to fear? Like, that's the thing people don't get. Like, if God is with you, who can be against you? That's really the truth. People talk every day. I've seen empires crumble. I've seen dealers go to prison. I've seen empires fall. I've seen all sorts of people go through crazy things, but like, they weren't with God. Does that make sense? Like, I truly believe if your faith is strong enough and you build a close enough relationship to God, I believe you can do anything. I believe that He will take you to any heights. That's what I believe, and I believe in the Holy Spirit. I have it within me, and I believe the Holy Spirit is a real thing. I do this stuff out here to train and get ready because that's the Holy Spirit. It makes too much sense. He chose me as the vessel to do this stuff. I mean, like I said, if you watch The Dark Knight, you remember when he pulls up in the tumbler, he lifts the entire 18-wheeler off the ground and throws it. That's the type of stuff I'm going to be doing. I'm sorry, but that's reality. Because, and if you notice, he never cares about any of the, I mean, like, I'm going to care, but like I'm saying, he doesn't care about like all these corrupt folks. He just, Batman does what he needs to do and gets out and leaves. And he's got too much money and he can't be caught. That's basically how I'm going to be moving realistically. You see what I'm saying? So that's the point. I'm training to get ready for whatever God wants me to do. If He sent you, this is a step and part of my journey. And I just really want people to gather that and learn from that. Tell them the truth, bro. I got ripped jeans. Like, I'm struggling. Am I not? Like, I'm not going to get mad at you. Like, right? So, I mean, if someone can keep pushing and not give up, that's where the power is. Does that make sense? I'm telling you, like, directly from God, what God is telling me, what God taught me. The power is in the struggle, not in the, oh, I got all this money, now I'm good. He told me I couldn't talk to you when you had the money. When I have the money, you're not going to pay attention to me. That's what he told me. He said, I'm teaching you this right now as a period of stagnation, so you'll be grateful for everything that you get. Makes sense, right? It makes perfect sense. So the thing he told me, I'm the generational wealth distributor. So for my kids, when I have kids, I don't have any, but when I have kids, and I'm waiting to meet my girlfriend. We met online, and she's supposed to come out here. She's supposed to, she's getting everything together, right? God is building, putting everything together. My whole point is just, I embrace pain. I turned pain into power. That this whole time God was talking to me using these phrases, pain into power. To, like, He literally chose me. I'm the chosen one, and I just want people to gather that and really understand that what I'm doing, it's not fake, bro. It's real, man. God is real, bro. It's the realest thing in the world. He will do anything for you, but you have to be willing to pay this price. And the difference is that I am and other people aren't. I'm willing to go through absolute hell and keep pushing. I don't care what it is, but other people aren't. That's why He chose me. Said, he said, you're the only one who keep going. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, let it be a testament of fact today that if this man handed me $100, don't ever doubt God again. Straight up. Doubt God, there's something wrong with you, bro. He's doing too much in front of y'all. Straight up, bro. That's how I feel. But I just feel like that's the only way to live, man. That's what makes me sick. I see all these evil cowards and they want to win in life by cheating and win with money. And like, you can't be conniving and evil and coward and think that God doesn't see you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, the reward is not necessarily just here. The reward is in heaven. And that really is true. Like, heaven is real, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I know it is. I've seen people create their own heaven and hell on this earth. You ever notice that? Like, that people create their own hell? Especially so-called women, I call them, because in order to be a woman, you got to meet the qualifications and criteria to be a woman. Does that make sense? Yeah. You can't run around saying, I'm a woman and I'm entitled. That's the way they raised you, and it's wrong. You're not entitled to nothing. You're entitled to respect when you show some and you have some for yourself. But the issue with most so-called women is they don't have any self-respect. Does that make sense? That's why they do what they do. You ever get into a relationship with a chick, that's the number one thing that you should learn, especially like at your age, because you're a little younger than me. Don't let them run all over you. It's not worth it. You're married? Good. Yeah. If you got a good one, that's good. Then, you blessed. You don't have to worry about it. But, I'd say that to anybody, man. Like, you younger dudes, don't let them run all over you, man. Don't let them tell you what to do, man. A lot of them are super controlling, manipulating, and they're absolutely delusional. If you listen to them, they're going to have you fail every time. And they're going to try to take advantage of you and take whatever you gain. A lot of women be dating dudes and they drag them down. You ever notice that? Their specific purpose is to sit there and drain your energy. And I've been through it, like, hardcore several times. That's how I know. Even my father gave me the hardest time ever, but I believe he loved me. But my point is just, you cannot give your time and energy. Time. There's one dude on here, he passed, but he would say time is your most valuable commodity. I agree with him to some extent, and I'm starting to learn that more every day. Like, what I give my energy to is what affects me. Does that make sense? If I tell people, yo, leave me alone, quit talking to me, because I know that all they're going to bring me is drama and nonsense, as long as they do that, I'm good. I'm at peace. The minute they start talking to me, everything fall apart for me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I only let certain people in my energy now because I don't need that. You know, who does? I don't want issues and drama and anything that's going to hold me back. I mean, this system already did a number on me. You think I got time for anything else? I mean, it's not worth it. So last thing I'll just say, I mean, can you just tell me real quick for this, and then I'll let you do your thing, and we'll talk, and I'll give you my information so we can talk. But what is your goal with, you know, running for federal Congress is what it's called? I've never even heard it referred to. That's what it is, right? It's at a federal level. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I figured, but I never, you know, that they should call it that so you know the difference. But what is your goal in, you know, in all of that, in the politics and what got you into it?
Yeah, I think I don't have like any major chance of winning, but I do think a lot of people are.
Yeah, I wouldn't look at it like that. I think you
Specifically, like,
definitely can.
It's the Rio Grande. It's in some trouble. I want to help the Rio Grande. I want to make sure that water is pure. I want to make sure it makes it.
And we need that, and that's my thing. I think you will win because it's changing, man. Times are changing. I mean, that's the thing. We don't cater to them, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm just saying they got dust in all the homes in Brownsville. Like I got major issues. I mean, people want that, you know, legit. So I think if you just get the right platform and you get to speak to the people, I think that they're going to want that. I'd be willing to help with you and work with you in any way with the campaign.
I want good drinking water, dude. I want
right.
Clean environment. I want
normal folks
good jobs for people, not these like everything's just fast food, low wage jobs. What it feels like.
Yeah.
A lot of families down here, like I want to give them a future where they want to stay, they can be happy, healthy, and
yeah, that's why you're talking to me for sure. I mean, this is basically Gotham right now for me. So I mean, yeah, that's my whole modus operandi, and you know, I don't have an agenda. I want good things for people, and I mean, yeah, it's growing. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a opinion. I mean, they definitely don't want it to change. I mean, that's why they don't want leaders like you or people who are standing up for what's right because their vested interest is to keep on the nonsense going. Does that make sense? They're not wanting better things for people. They just want the same old tired thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, on that, I'll wrap it up.
If I do end up running, though, I'll definitely be in touch with you again. We can keep chatting.
Yeah, let me give you my info.